Now, Sasha, we're gonna do part two, and it's gonna be an ongoing tradition with my interviews with beauty queens, regardless of what titles or what pageants they'll be competing. I have six envelopes or cards here, and I'm gonna let you pick a number from 1 to 6. I will give you at least four cards, four topics. Now, each card has a topic, and I want you to just choose, select from 1 to 6.
4.
Number 4, okay. Let me see. Number 4 is free education. What do you say about free education?
Free education
Yeah,
for secondary
anything
or just in general?
in general. What are your thoughts about making education free for all?
Definitely, as a teacher, this speaks to accessibility. For example, here there's free education for elementary and secondary students. However,
Right.
students do not have access to necessary tools. So, for example, some students don't have pens and pencils. Some students don't have food for lunch or for snacks.
Right.
And there are programs in place. So I think free education should really encompass everything related to education, everything that's associated, and not just what we think of education as, which is sitting and learning in a classroom. It really, way more than that. In Ontario, we have public school boards, Catholic school boards, but they're both free to attend. And then there are private schools, which you have to pay for, and then post-secondary colleges and universities, which you have to pay for. But for example, pardon?
Go ahead. For example.
Oh, for example, just to speak to what I said, I volunteered as one of my placements. I did an after-school program. I was a tutor and a mentor, and this program was in place in kind of like bad areas, let's just put it plainly.
Okay.
And students would attend because they're in high school and they didn't have laptops or access to computers, but they had to do computer work in school. So they attended. And then they had to spend a certain amount of time at this after-school program. So there were tutors and mentors there, and a lot of the staff were social workers. And when they left, they got a bus ticket so that they could actually get to school. And or they would get a lunch ticket, so they would get lunch when they're at school. So there are different programs in place, but the funding is pretty lacking, and I don't think, in my experience, that's at every school. So kind of honestly, it's heartbreaking. And even, sorry to go on a tangent, but just to share with all the viewers, for example,
sure.
Come to school and they haven't had breakfast. They don't have a proper lunch. Like sometimes I'll see students and they have a muffin for lunch. That's the only thing in their lunch box. So some schools have snack programs, some schools don't. And then it's really up to the teacher. And I learned this from one of my professors. She had a drawer in her desk, and she kept snacks in the drawer. And one student who was hungry, they just had a mutual agreement that not to draw attention to the student, but the student was allowed to go into the drawer when they were hungry to get a snack. So to me, in order for students to feel safe in the classroom, and in order for them to learn, they need to have food in their bellies.
Wow, that actually touched my heart, Sasha. I mean,
and I'm getting shit. It makes me so sad.
So anyway, Sasha, pick a number. So number 4 is out. So from 1 to 6, pick a number. Just give me a wild guess. Number 2. Okay, number 2 is racial discrimination. Yeah, just it doesn't have to be Black Lives Matter, but tell me all about it because I could not relate. Being that I love people from different races more, that I love Africans. So it breaks my heart that Africans are being discriminated. Black Americans are also being discriminated. But I, being a Filipino, have been discriminated several times. So, what can you say about racial discrimination at an onset, or do you have any experiences about racial discrimination? So, yeah, go.
I just feel like I can relate everything back to the classroom because that's where I have experience.
Yeah.
So I'll try not to, but honestly, I just see it in schools and just how the system is set up. It really just allows and gives opportunities to certain people. And I always say that maybe one day I want to just be a white man, just to feel, just to experience what it feels like, because I feel like my day would be so much different. And in terms of Black Lives Matter, I feel like in Canada, at least personally, it kind of goes hand in hand with Indigenous lives and Indigenous peoples in Canada, because there's a lot of discrimination, especially systemic discrimination that comes from the government. And that's a huge issue here. So I feel like it's such a touchy subject, and it really goes back to educating people and having the younger generations really understanding most of things, so that they grow up and advocate and use their voices for good.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I agree, because having to work with different nationalities, here you are, a Canadian with an Italian background, and having to work with Africans and having, especially Africans and Black Americans. And for me, I don't see color, Sasha, if you know what I mean. I don't see color. It's just, for me, African women, exotic women like you that is mixed biracial or multiracial, for me, that's more beautiful. The more unique you are, the more beautiful you are to me. So I think that's how the Lord created me. And perhaps this is my platform now to speak that, hey, thank you. We're not supposed to see color. God does not see color. For some reason, I don't know what happened, why we have different skin types. That's beyond the supernatural already. But I just find women, the more color you have, the more uniqueness you have, the more chinkier or round your eyes are, the more beautiful you are to me. With racial discrimination, I don't know why it became that way right now. Why do you think, Sasha, it became such an issue right now?
I think it's just always been a huge issue, and I think it's beautiful that you don't see color, and I know exactly where you're coming from. But I think right now in today's climate, especially here and in the States, it's important to see it and to recognize it, and to really shed light on just all the problems. And
that's true.
I don't know how to describe it. Just like the mindset is different. I went to school and I lived in Chicago, and that's one thing that I really was not expecting, because they're our neighbors. It's I think it's not even an hour flight to Chicago from Toronto. I wasn't expecting a lot of things, especially because Toronto's so multicultural. I grew up downtown, and I've just been always exposed to so many different people, colors, races, cultures, and then I got to Chicago and I was so shocked, and there's a huge Caribbean population here. So to me, everyone, all the different food and music and everything like that, you don't know who this is. Just certain artists or different food. And so I think it's just I don't know, it's so different everywhere we go, but I think it's definitely important to acknowledge what's going on and to use our voices. And I can't speak too much about this, but I do sit on the advisory council at the museum here, and I definitely use my voice to raise
awareness.
Awareness, yeah. I signed an NDA. I can't really speak, but yeah, I use my voice to definitely raise awareness and bring up certain issues that should be addressed that I feel are important, and I feel that my generation is really starting to speak up.
So, one more card, and it's either number 5, 6, or 1.
I'm gonna go with 6.
Body positivity. So this is the topic that I chose instead. Yeah. So body positivity. So what can you say about? So what for you is body positivity, or do you have any thoughts about it?
To me, body positivity is really embracing your body, not comparing yourself to another body, another person, and just being confident in who you are and in your own skin.
Right.
I found that, and we were speaking about it before, just, I don't know if it was on our break or on the recording. But we were talking before about competing, and throughout the years, I've obviously matured. I've gained experience in the pageant world, but I've also just become really confident and comfortable in my skin, and I know who I am. And that also comes with my body.
Right.
Because, for example, I used to be so intense, and I feel bad for my family who had to deal with me about my training, what I ate, and everything. And I would look, on my vision board, I would have previous contestants from like Miss Universe, like my ultimate body goal.
Right.
And, it's just not attainable. First of all, a lot of contestants have had work done. So you can't eat properly or work out to get certain parts of your body toned. It's actually impossible. And I hadn't learned that until last year. That was news to me because I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And also, everyone has different body types.
Right. True.
So you can wish to have a certain body, but at the end of the day, you're not going to grow 2 inches, and your hips aren't going to be as way. It's just, everyone is blessed to have a body and to be healthy. And I really think it's important to have a mindset in feeding your body nutrient rich food, and just really loving your body. And it's important to work out, to be healthy, but health aspect as well, not just no jiggle when you wiggle, that's what they say in the pageant world. I think it's just a mindset shift in thinking positively about your body and really not comparing yourself. So now my shift is that my body goal is my body that I really liked during competition, for example, or
your
best
shape,
something that's realistic, and sometimes my best shape wasn't realistic because working out and actually working or actually going to school and doing appearances and stuff, it is a hard schedule to keep, and it's not sustainable.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like it's one thing to prep for a pageant, but another thing to actually live a normal life.
Yeah, something that's sustainable.
I really don't eat salad.
No, I don't eat salad too, but now I eat salad.
I'll eat it like here and there. Sometimes I crave tuna salad. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like tuna in mixed greens. I don't know why. But really, if you're looking at the nutritional value, what is like, it's essentially you're eating water. So I try to eat leafy greens.
Okay.
Protein. I always have, every single day I have carbs. But it's just a matter of, maybe better carbs or something that feeds your body, just not empty carbs that don't give you any energy.
Right.
So I look at it, a nutrition like that, especially when I'm training. I need to make sure I'm getting enough protein. And when I'm eating clean, I eat like a monster because I have to eat so much to get enough calories.
Yeah.
People always think that I don't eat. Like, no, I'm actually eating a lot, like more than I want to, because I can't even keep up with how much I need to eat. Yeah. And I don't force myself, but I make sure, and I have a schedule, and I always have food on me. All my friends know this. It's like a running joke. I'm always hungry. I always have granola bars in my bag, or a protein shake with me, or something.
Sasha, thank you so much for that part. Yeah, do you have anything to add? Sorry.
One thing. So as an extension of, so I have a platform called the Givers Movement, which really encourages people to give back, and it acts as a network for people to get involved in their communities. Yeah. So as an extension, I've spoken at conferences and schools and retreats and stuff like that. And usually they will know that I'm a beauty queen, and a topic that always comes up is confidence, bullying, self-esteem, like body positivity.
Yeah.
And it's funny because everyone, not just students or my audience, but just people maybe who aren't familiar with pageants or the modeling industry, they always look at me and they think I'm skinny, and I have I'm their body goals, but meanwhile, I'm thinking I'm actually not skinny for the model world whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it just amazes me about perception, and that's why I do not edit my posts. Like, maybe I'll brighten it or put a little make the color
glow up or something like that.
Pardon?
Yeah. Glowing up, making it bright, and trying to squeeze your waist and make it a little tinier.
No, I don't do any of that. And I've watched girls sit there on their phones and bring their arms in and bring their waist in, and I'm like, what the heck? What if someone meets you and you don't look like this? And I don't know. And ever since, especially working with students, and ever since I've been doing my workshops and presentations, I've realized how important it is not to edit. And I never really gave it a second thought. It's more so because I already spend too much time on social media. I don't need to spend more time editing stuff. But now I'm really realizing the implications of editing and posting that, because it's just not realistic. And I went through a phase, I will admit. It was short-lived, but to smooth out my skin. But I deleted all those pictures, and I don't do that. Yeah, I went through a little phase. I don't know. I used to be quite insecure about pigmentation on my skin and just scarring.
What?
Yeah.
You're amazing at it is now, Sasha. I mean, I guess most girls would want to have your skin.
No, exactly. That's why I'm like, okay, I need to stop the madness. Everything's in your head.
Yeah, and I did have that kind of. What's that?
No, that's why I make a point not to edit.
Yeah. Same here. I do edit some of my photos, which is to improve the lighting and stuff like that, but not to the extreme. I have to pull in my cheeks and stuff like that, because Sasha, thank you so much for those keywords. You did an awesome job. And now we're going to move on a little bit for part 3. But before that, we're just going to take a little bit. This is the final word. And you could be like as chill as you want. I mean, it's just a chill interview. Okay, final word. So, yeah, similar to Miss Universe, I'm going to ask you a little bit, personal questions, but not too personal. Okay, so should you win Miss Supranational, how can you make your title relevant in any of the global issues today?
I would use my platform, which is called, my program called the Givers Movement. Mm-hmm. And it really helps people get engaged with their communities, right. and not just one issue. It could be something that you're passionate about. So it matches right. passion with purpose. Mm-hmm. So really I'm looking to right now with my national title, expand mm-hmm. nationally and then internationally. Mm-hmm. So people can really match their passion with purpose, get involved with different issues, mm-hmm. whether it's food insecurity or gender inequality. Everyone has something to give. Mm-hmm. And I feel that everyone can make a huge impact, even if it's just with a very small gesture.
Right, that's good. Great answer. So number 2, what failure did you have in the past that gave a positive change or impact in your life today?
I have so many to choose from.
Just choose maybe 1 or 2 that really gave so much impact that made you, that gave a positive impact in your life today.
Oh my goodness, a failure?
Or maybe like a terrible experience that you drew so much strength from, that you grew from or something.
I was bullied throughout school, and I've always had to deal with mean girls. Mm. And I think that really gave me strength in that, in learning at a young age that it's okay to eat alone, to sit alone, to do things by yourself.
Loner.
And me too. And I think that's really helped me really go and get what I want and to get involved in what I want to get involved with, because I'm not waiting for someone to do it with me. I know that if I go alone and if I have no one to talk to, it'll be fine. Yeah. So I feel like my experience in school, especially dealing with mean girls, has helped me, and especially through pageantry, dealing with so many different personalities and opening my life up to the public sphere. Right. I think that really, really helped me and has strengthened me.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for sharing that, because, just to give our viewers and our audiences, that beautiful people, they get bullied a lot.
Yes. And one thing mom told me that has stuck with me forever is that, if someone's, and I can share this with my students as well, when someone's not nice to you or, they can't congratulate you for something and you think they're your best friend, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with what's inside them and their spirit. So, I really try not to take things to heart. I'm not a robot, so obviously it's affected me. Yeah. But I try to really remember that, people are going through their own struggles, and I'm good. As long as I'm good mentally, emotionally, physically, then I'm good.
Yeah, because we have these stereotypes with that beauty queens are not bullied, they got it all together, figured out, but actually it's not.
Not at all.
Yeah, most of the popular people now actually are not the popular ones back in school, and I got bullied several times because I was different, and yeah, that's made me who I am today, and thank you for sharing that. So number 3, second to the last is, what makes you special?
What makes me special? I think my perseverance and my willingness to put in a lot of hard work and to not give up. I think that really makes me special, especially because I've had a really good attitude throughout everything, and I realized that my horseback riding coach, he sadly passed away years ago, but he always used to say, you can't experience the peaks without the valleys. And I take that with me everywhere I go, every single day of my life, because it's just important to experience failures and to experience them with a smile on your face and your head held high. So I think that's what really makes me unique and different, is that I can be going through the most and you will never know, and I will grow from it and I will glow. I feel that, for personally, I've put in so many years of hard work, and there's an opportunity cost to everything. So to compete in pageants, to travel internationally for pageants, it is incredible. Would I change that for anything? No. However, I have missed out on a lot. And sometimes when people look, for example, at my life and my experiences and wish that, I can also look at their lives and celebrating occasions with their families, or being able to just do different things that I haven't been able to experience because I've been training or I've been competing somewhere alone. I think and a lot of people, some of the questions I get a lot, I don't think a lot of people realize that when we go to compete, we get on a plane alone and we fly across the world, and we don't know who's picking us up at the airport, and we don't know where we're staying.
Okay, so you don't get to know this.
We don't know where our plane is going. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because
and you don't speak the language.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
because
it's an experience.
Yeah, it's good that you pointed that out, because in Miss Universe, they are given instructions a specific week or period of time that MEO will pick them up at the airport. But because this is something that pageant girls should prepare, ask more questions to the organization. Speaking as, what are we going to? Because you'll never know, it might be a sham or a scam that you're going to, and especially all your.
For sure.
Right. Yes.
One piece of advice that I've received, because you get a lot of those messages on Facebook or on Instagram, just on social media, different pageants. I've never heard of them, but some of them are great, and some of them are a really great way to travel and to see the world, and they will pay for all of your expenses. However, there are scams out there. So advice that was given to me was to contact girls who have competed in those pageants before and to ask about their experiences. So you hear firsthand, and you'll hear it from a girl who's experienced it, not someone from the organization if it's a scam, who will tell you the most amazing things. No, you need someone who is real and who will say, this is what it's like. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Don't sign up for something because it sounds too good to be true, because most likely it is.
Yeah, for sure. Because it goes, you really just have to ask more questions, because you never know. It's a prostitution ring. Thank you for pointing that out, Sasha. And we're down to our last question, which is,
all right,
why should you be the next Miss Supranational? Which I'm sure is a high possibility of happening. So why should you be the next Miss Supranational and the first from Canada?
I believe that I should be the next Miss Supranational because I don't only bring my fierceness to the stage, but I feel like I have a really warm and engaging personality that's very relatable, and I can connect with people easily. And I'm also very passionate about my platform, which I've mentioned so many times, the Givers Movement, and also speaking about body positivity, but mostly getting people involved in their communities and giving back and just doing good. And I would love and I would be honored and privileged to be able to expand that internationally and to really connect with people and to learn from people and to use my platform, which would be huge, to really spread positivity and to get people engaged.
Wow, you just convinced me. And while you were talking, I was like, I can see crowns in her head. So, wow, Sasha, it was a great session. And the possibility of you winning is high. And, we love pageants. And I'm so happy that you graced this interview.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you so much for having me. It really means a lot. And my message to the Filipino fans, just honestly, thank you. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you. And I really hope that you learned a little bit more about me, especially because I know Instagram can be little snippets here and there. And I'm just really happy to have had this opportunity to share a bit more than what I share on Instagram and to really speak from the heart.
Right.
So I just really hope to get to know you and for you to get to know me. And I'm appreciative because I know the Filipino fans are the best fans in the world.
Yes, and I can claim that we really are. So yeah, hopefully soon, Sasha, you'd come here in the Philippines and we'll take you around. And I'm just really happy that we're doing this. I praise the Lord for your life. Thank you so much for your generosity. I mean, I didn't really expect that my vlog would grow this, big, and I'm connected with you. And, it's really not for the views. It's really more of like us getting to know each other, be connected, and let the world see and know who you are. So this is for you. So my words of encouragement is that God called you in the pageant, aside to shine from Him and glorify Him. But it's more of that God really believed in you so much that, He believes that you can actually win. So put yourself in a posture where the Lord has so much belief in you, He has so much confidence in you. And perhaps, like what I've said, remember what the last time? Keep your intentions pure. And that's what makes a girl win in a pageant. The Lord honors a very pure heart. So whatever it is that is in your mind or in your heart that is not godly, just remove that. And there's really nothing wrong to win for yourself. Because if you want to do this for yourself, then why not, right? You could just be as honest with your intentions as you could be, right? So yeah, anyway, Sasha, thank you very much. And please, yes?
Just one more thing.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Yeah, I keep cutting you off. Okay, but I just made sure that I brought my crown down.
Yay! Can you wear it? Yay! Can you wear it for us, please? Yay! Very nice. So that would be perfect for a closing spiel. Anyway, okay, guys, so don't forget to follow Sasha. Here she is with her crown. Yay! That's a very beautiful crown, Sasha. And follow her on Instagram. It's at Sasha Lombardi. I'm going to flash it out on the screen. And make sure to support her at the Miss Supranational journey. Canada means our love. Canada and Philippines is a very beautiful relationship. There's a lot of Filipinos in Canada, and we should rally for Sasha. Yay! Being that she had first-hand experiences with Filipinos. So follow Sasha and make sure to follow, like, and subscribe all of our social media accounts. And see you on the next episode of A Day in the Life with me, Sash Pageant Vlog. And God bless you guys. Bye.